Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week of HMO Podcast. I'm Philip,
I'm Junior.
and this week we had some pretty big news. OTAs started. Kubiak just released a presser.
And let me tell you, he's got a lot of little nuggets that we all heard that we were all curious about. And we need to
for
discuss
sure.
it.
Yeah, so let's just dive right in. One thing that caught my mind was the vibes of this year is a little bit different from last year, coming from Kubiak and then the whole freaking Pete Carroll thing.
Yes, and let me just interrupt you on that one. Hear me out. You know how excited I was about Pete Carroll, just from his USC days back in '05 all the way going to Seattle, turning that franchise around. I was so excited. You would tell me all the time, dude, I don't know about Pete. He's getting old. I'm like, dude, it's Pistol Pete. Well, he really did me dirty. Like, we got the let's gather around the campfire, sit down and drink our chocolate and eat our cookies and talk about stories.
Old Western tales.
Yeah.
But
this time last year, Pete Carroll was just wrestling people, going around in them inflatable balls, having fun. I get the trying to bond with the team. However, right now you need to get ready for that season.
Yeah.
And going off of that, if you don't mind, Klint Kubiak with his presser, he said, hey, a reporter asked him, what are your thoughts on the OTAs? And he said, to get them ready for training camp. As he said in his presser, he said that with OTAs, it gets you ready for training camp. Training camp gets you ready for the season. So right now is the most important time to learn the verbiage, get everybody down in conditioning, and just really grind that out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, last year, around this time, they were playing freaking, like you said, in the little rubber balls. They were freaking wrestling each other. This
Remember
year,
just jumping on freaking who did he jump on? It was wasn't it Adam Butler? Or no, it was an offensive lineman, huh?
I can't remember, dude.
Anyways, he's wrestling. Yeah. It was just disgusting. Not to mention the freaking staff he had protecting his son. Always, every time he talk about a player, oh, he's just amazing. He's phenomenal. We got to get him to... No, man, you're a coach. Get on their ass.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of holding accountable, right? He was talking about Trey Tucker a lot. That's somebody we've been talking about a lot for the last few years. That
since he was drafted.
I feel he just never really got his time to shine. He never got that role, that opportunity.
He never had a quarterback to throw him a deep ball.
Well, he did. It was Geno, dude. He overthrew him every time. Every time it was freaking past 20.
Okay, so he's been what, three years? This is his fourth year. Look at how many years you just seen him open wide downfield, dude, and like never had anybody to throw the ball to. Never even had a line to protect.
Yeah.
So
he's just been a silent stalker, dude. Like just going at it, grinding, not vocal. You don't see him on all the media news and stuff like that, getting in trouble. He just gets about his business.
Dude, something about our offensive team, dude, we just have little 4-foot nothings, dude, with speed. Man, Al, speed kills, dude. And I can't wait for Trey Tucker, to be honest with you, because like we just said, end arounds, you know, he is so fast and he can just take that top off of that defense. And then not to mention Brock Bowers, dude, like once he takes that downfield threat, even with Dante Thornton, again, it's hard to say that he's a bust or not, just because of we were just, dude, as an organization, we sucked last year in every down, you know what I mean? But this year, I think with Klint Kubiak, he even said it in his presser that he sees a lot of familiarities with another certain person that he used to coach from the previous team that he had.
Yeah, we won't talk about it.
Not yet. But with that being said, I think that's why we didn't have to go after number one wide receiver, just because with the threat of him, Dante Thornton, Jack Besh. Yeah. And then, not to mention Brock Bowers, he even said it himself that he's a freaking robot tight end from heaven. So I expect at least 80 to 100 receptions a year this year.
Yeah, I feel like the wide receiver room, it's going to have a really good battle, and then bringing in Naylor, when Justin
Yep.
Jefferson like had to miss some time with injury, he really stepped up,
Hmm.
and
Not to mention the familiarity with Kirk Cousins.
mm-hmm, yeah, exactly, yeah. But Kubiak did say like they're expecting a bigger role from him, so who
Leadership
knows
role.
where this can go? Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
well,
so
again, look at what he did with Rashid last year, how open he got him, and just because of his speed and his height, he was just so fast to get around and get
mm-hmm,
open.
yep, for sure. So with that being said, I got a question for you. Let's try Trey Tucker
Okay.
over or under 1,000 yards this year.
Ooh, I think he's going to go over.
Okay.
I really
You
do
wanna?
because I want to what?
Oh, I was gonna say you want to give me a number that way we can document this, see where we're at the end of the season.
See how full of shit I am. Let's say I think he's going to have 1,200 yards,
1,200.
maybe
Okay.
maybe 7 to 8 touchdowns.
Okay. That was my next question. Was how many touchdowns?
Well, it's going to be hard if you think about it, dude, because Trey Tucker, Brock Bowers, they even said that we're going to try and focus on that run game,
Mm-hmm.
and just all the Linderbaum, all the acquisitions that we picked up, we're leaning towards a run heavy team, which
Okay.
I'm okay with that because ever since I loved football and knew football, I always think it's better just to have that up the middle run breakaway, dude. Other than that deep pass,
Yeah.
something about that run game that dude, it's just juicy. It makes
Okay.
me excited.
So I'm gonna answer mine. I still don't know if he's gonna break the 1,000 yard. I got him at like 950, 980 in between there.
Okay.
But touchdowns, I believe he's gonna have about 7, 8 as well.
Okay. That's not a bad season either.
Yeah.
You know, I have a question for you though. Like, say he produces this season, do you restructure and like extend him,
Yeah, for sure.
or do you
Like,
focus for a true X next draft?
I mean, that's
I
kind
mean, it all
of.
depends.
I mean, we brought in Malik Benson. He's the same type of receiver. Just that speedy down, like shoot him down the sideline kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always liked Trey Tucker. Like once you get like those little tiny receivers that can just slip through the secondary, I don't like those big, tall receivers.
What was our thing since we've known football? If you have dreadlocks and you have braids,
You
you're a
can ball.
baller. You can
Yeah.
ball.
Dog.
Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, dude, I can't wait for it to start, and we're here now. So after this, we got to do that juggernaut time of the month to wait. But
Yeah.
football's here, dude, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
cannot wait.
Yeah, for sure. He was talking about it a lot, whether it be Kirk Cousins, Aiden O'Connell, he brought up a few times, and then Fernando. His learning ability, right? Fernando's. What do you think?
I'm being biased, dude. I want to see him start. I've followed him. Once I found out about him last year, I seen Mendoza. I'm like, that's nice to see a Hispanic quarterback
Mm-hmm.
with Raider Nation. We have nothing but heritage and nationalities. We've always been that, So I knew a little bit of him last year. I'm like, oh, cool, Mendoza. That's cool. At Cal, I never got into him. This year, once, you're hearing the media and all that kind of stuff. So about week 4, I really started paying attention to him. And
Yeah.
he's a dog, dude. Like, the way he works and preps. Like, everybody, look at all Keon Black and all his other players when they did that rookie premiere. They all
Yeah.
interviewed him and said, who has the most aura? They all said Fernando Mendoza, whether they're
Yeah.
on his team or not. That speaks volumes because, especially as a Raider fan, like, since Derek Carr, we haven't had any competent quarterback with a good work ethic.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Minshew or your boy Gino.
Oh, dude, get out of here.
It's just we have been missing that piece so long. And I was just, dude. Okay, so I was at my son's performance for band, and this Cowboy fan standing behind me. He looked at my tattoo. He was like, "Oh, you're a Raiders fan, huh?" I'm like, "Yes, sir, I am." And he was like, yeah, dude, you guys should have just traded that. Like, right when he said that, I just turned the volume down.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you want any sort of competent team, you need a restructure, or, excuse me, you need a build off of a quarterback. Yeah. And, dude, since DC's been gone, again, we've just gone through trash cans.
Yeah.
When they asked Klint Kubiak about how he's been from rookie camp to now, he said as advertised. Meaning he's no bullshit. He comes in, he works. The things that they tell him to work on, they said the next day he's already focused on it and improving. Yeah. And that just shows, like I told you, he disappeared after the Natty, before the Combine. Nobody even heard from him. Yeah. He was in silence working on his craft with Brian Greasy, especially under center. You could see the videos that they're putting out, dude. He looks different. He looks good.
Yeah,
and I really think
for sure.
I really think that, like, no disrespect on Kirk O'Chains, because we all know that he's got it. But
you like that.
You like that.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you could see Fernando with his presence there. Kirk looks like he's on his game too. I'm not saying he's a chump, dude. He looks good too.
Yeah.
And going back just to touch off on Aiden, I have a question, because even Kirk said that Aiden is doing a fantastic job himself. He was always accurate. My biggest issue was his athleticism.
Yeah.
And he got a freaking bum trade too, because again, we had no line. He has, dude. He looks like Groot out there, dude. Just So I have a question. Do we re-sign him?
We should keep Aiden. He's shown time and time before, like, he is able to keep the game alive. No, he's not that big wow factor. He's not going to put up freaking 4 touchdowns with 450 yards, stuff like that. But he is a good game manager.
I guarantee you the Chargers will never forget his name. Or Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just like the Chiefs game, right? What, he threw for, I think, like 150 yards or something like that?
Yeah, it wasn't very impressive.
Yeah, but it was good game management, clock management.
What matters at the end of the day?
Yeah, win column.
Yep, and I think not only just the W for us beating the Chiefs, I think the biggest W was seeing Brittany Mahomes and Taylor like this.
Yep.
That there was gold. That was the best Christmas present I got that year, dude.
My favorite was the little kid, dude, Jack Jones.
Psych.
Yep. You ain't getting that ball.
They were all crying about it and like, oh my God, how dirty of him to do that. Who does that to a kid? It's not the point, it's principle.
Yeah, for sure. But, I definitely think we should keep Aiden, because Kirk Cousins' contract next year, that thing's going to spike, dude.
Oh, yeah. I don't see us keeping him next year.
Yeah, no. But I would definitely keep Aiden, because he could be a good quality backup at a good price.
And he's also a good quality person. We've said, he's been put into so many different situations, but he still kept his mouth shut, did what we asked, what the organization asked. Mm-hmm. And, it's unfortunate his athletic ability is in the wrong generation of football. Early 2000s, that's him. He would have succeeded.
Yeah.
He's not a bad thrower. He's got some zip on that ball, dude. It's just, you got to have a stout line to have that type of quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. And last year we did not, nor the last few years. Like you said, he's definitely in the wrong generation of quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens, man. This just gives us more insight to keep an eye on the training camp and for Raider fans to be excited. Yep. At least optimistic. I know I'm not expecting a Super Bowl, but we definitely have something to look forward to. And like everybody says, Fernando Mendoza, I keep going back to him. He gives this organization hope.
Yeah.
I am tired of dog shit.
Mm-hmm. So, really quick, I just want to touch on one last thing since we're talking about right tackle, Trey Zune, right? In camp, who's he going to be going against?
Trey Zune? You already know he's going to go against Max Crosby.
Oh, yeah. So, that's another thing I wanted to talk about now.
Okay, speaking of Max Crosby,
Yeah. Speaking of Max, Kubiak said he wouldn't be surprised if he's ahead of schedule. You know?
Oh, I can guarantee you that no matter what, he's going to be ahead of schedule.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
He was embarrassed. He was embarrassed in front of his wife. He was embarrassed in front of his daughter. His whole family was embarrassed in front of the world. Yeah. I really feel like he's going to have a whole different meaning to playing.
Yeah. And, like said, he's still the first one in, last one out. Like
they said he had to hold him back. That they had to pull him back because they're like, if you don't say anything and you let him go, he'll get into it. He's very competitive. He's like, I have to pull him back sometimes. And that's just in meetings.
Mm-hmm. And then you seen the Ravens schedule release?
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
No. So the only one that I seen was the Bengals. When they got to the Ravens part, they said they had a picture of Max Crosby tackling Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm. And
they were like, sorry, the Ravens, you guys can't get out of this one. Or you guys can't back out of this one.
Yeah.
You know, stab at Max.
Dude, the Ravens, they went and, like, dropped, like, it was like a trade thingy. And then it was like, ooh, sorry, you didn't make the cut. And it was a stab at him, for sure.
Of course.
And I'm sure that pissed him off, dude.
That's fine. They're still sad. Eric DaCosta is still upset because we took their center.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So after we took Linderbaum was a freaking staple on that offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
On that offense, period. Mm-hmm. We took that. They were like, oh, my God, what are we going to do? Look how bad Eric DaCosta was going to look.
Yeah.
I think Max Crosby is going to be different for sure. And I hope he does. I really, like, just being honest, I know he's getting older, and I feel like with this new regime with Spytek and Brady, the unfortunate part about football is there's a business side of it. There's a legit age issue, you know, and yes, I would love Max to be a Raider, but I wouldn't be surprised just because of his age, his injuries. You know, there's a possibility that he won't be here for next couple of years, or in the next couple of years. Yeah. So we definitely need to address the defensive end next year in the draft, just for our future. Same thing with Colton Miller. I feel like he's getting up in age. I know O-line lasts a little bit longer, but I think it's time to start looking down on, hey, what's going to be our future with our left tackle spot?
Colton Miller. That's all we got for this week. It's been fun. If you like what you've seen, like and subscribe.
Leave your comments. Let us know if we're full of shit. If you don't think that we're right, let us know if you agree with us. We want to know what your input is. We want to know. We want to get another video out on what you guys want to know. So, again, thanks for coming back to the HMO podcast. Hear me out, Phillip. Raiders are back. We're coming.
Oh, yeah. Just win, baby.
Yes, sir. Thanks again. Like and subscribe, and have a good day.